Hi, Daniel.
Hi there.
Yes, just give me 1 minute. Let me ping
Okay.
the folks on the Slack channel. How about you recently?
I'm good. And you?
Pretty okay. But I think right now we're in somehow in our unstable status.
Uh-huh.
And the stock market crashes, I think, at several days. 1 week ago, I think, comparing to 1 week ago, many companies lost the prices dramatically.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think everyone think it's better to keep in cash. Don't using, don't put it in market.
Yeah. I was trying to edit the document as we speak, but somehow my keyboard is doing something strange.
Mm-hmm. Is that? And
I am going to add a new point to talk today.
yeah, I presented in a meeting, and I think I see. I see Sun Hon. I don't know how to pronounce this name. Is this right?
Oh.
Welcome to join us.
Oh, thank you for having me. Yes. You can call me Hun if you want.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to have you. I believe you are recently become our reviewer, and thanks.
Yes,
very
just today.
Yes, I remember I did.
Quite recently.
Mhm. Great. I just copy paste some agendas for today. You can see there are many 4 parts. So we are updating the community membership thing, and next step we were trying to apply for Scene 7 incubation. And also let's have this long discussion in the past as relationship between OAM and KubeVela to solve this out, because I have some feedback from since
Okay.
talk perspective. They have the suggestions to tell us what would be the best choices for us to do between OAM and KubeVela. And also let's to discuss what's the next release of OAM spec. So first thing, let me just clip up the community membership. And you can see this is a typical architecture that's very similar to Kubernetes community. So we have 4 layer of membership. Like in the beginning is a member, then reviewer and approver and maintainer. Each will have different levels of their contribution to the project. And I think I really appreciate it, and thanks to Daniel's suggestion, you can see each requirements and each level of this membership, like members, they will have equivalent non-coding devotion, like such as spec mode contribution or community management, say, hosting this community call, right? Or a developer advocate, like do some technical writings to spread out idea of KubeVela. And this is also very welcome and appreciated for the community. So the same for reviewers, equivalent non-coding devotions, and the same for approval and maintainer as well. Because I think at the beginning, I said it here, although we are a CNCF Foundation project, right? But it says we share the same merit of this with Apache's Foundation says community over code. So we all start from code, but there's not than that. It's not only about code, we're about the community, about people get connecting with each other and have this consensus of what's this project going on, and we spread ideas to the outer world and then more people engaging in, and then get it like as a standard for a future software world. So this is the main idea. And regarding these updates, Daniel and Sung, do you have some feedback?
I
went.
Go
ahead,
first.
please. Go ahead.
Well, I think this membership guide is enough. Like as you mentioned before, it's as same as Kubernetes membership guides. I think it's fine to me as. And also mentioning that non-coding contributions are already included too. Yeah. I think it's good to me. Sorry for my bad English.
It's okay. It's good. It's afraid to express yourself. I was as the same as you. It's just take a little while. 1 year or two, you'll be good at it. It's okay. How about you, Daniel?
Yeah, I went through the document. I think is, as I told you before, I think it's a good starting point. It's something that is needed, so everybody feels represented in a way. And I think I will try and implement it in the sense of.
Sorry, I think we lost you. Hey, Daniel. It's only me or Sun. Can you hear Daniel's talking? Hello? Oh, sorry, I think.
Maybe, yeah, we just disconnected.
Sorry, I just lost contact. Connected. Who's connected? Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Daniel. Sorry, could you just go say again?
Yeah, what I was saying is that I went through the document. I think it represents and covers all type of membership and collaborators that want to participate in the community. At the same time, I think it's enough in the sense of we need to try it, and if in a year it doesn't work, it can be reviewed again. So I think the next step is to try to test it and try to work with this type of community membership and see what is the feedback once it's implemented, per se. But from now, I think it's okay and it covers what we aim for.
Yeah, thank you. So now, I think next steps, I want to nominate you as a maintainer as well, because you're already a maintainer for OAM spec for a long time. And we're going to changing these owner alias. Right now, it's currently located in the repo of KubeVela. You can see we are getting more reviewers as soon here. Which one is soon?
My name, I'm Devaholic.
Yeah, I think it's Devaholic. Yes.
Yeah.
Soon, and we have approvers for main code blocks like multi-cluster, multi-cluster wise, Vela CLI wise, etc., and also maintainers, including myself. So also the past Marius members and old times builders for this community. So I think this is quite solid now, and I'm gonna moving it into the community report, because this community membership applies to all repos of the of OAM DevRel. So this is it's in on the right track. And yes, I think let's move to the next topic. So yeah, I give some research for like the successful projects that have been have applied into the sense of incubation, and I crossed comparing the current status of KubeVela two roads projects. I think it's the time is now KubeVela is also good to go. So I think maybe 1 week or 2 weeks around at the end of this month, I will raise a PR for applying to sales incubation. So what will be happening? It will be happen as I think first application delivery tag will raise up a due diligence process that give this the culture of the tag to do some interviewing or some researches on the KubeVela, and asking some questions about to the maybe I think all of you will have a chance to get interviewed. They may give you ask you the questions of I think I have a list. You can see. So yes, I can see. Guidelines for review template. This is the one thing I love about Sensei Foundation. They are all open source, so you can check it on the talk repo. And this is the question list they will be asking. Like technically wise, you're asking about the technique itself, like design, architectural thing, the performance, like what we're gonna do with the filler mode, important. It's a higher availability, dependencies, etc. And for project, like the documentations needs code of conduct, typical open source stuff is, and of course users and contribution experience. I think this is the part, maybe people get my difference, you will get interviewed from them. You can just only express what you're having experienced with the community. I think that will do it. Yeah. Hopefully, I think that it's a one-time thing. I hope our projects will just success at the very first time. We don't need at least to go over again for a second time. Yeah. And you can see, I will shoot a link at a Slack later on when we raise. You can see all the PRs, propositions for incubation, graduation. Oh, I see. 8 days ago, Flux applies for a graduation. Yeah. Good luck to us. And the second major issue here, we want discussing the relationship between OAM and KubeVela is a long-lasting topic. And what we're trying to do here is that KubeVela, OAM and KubeVela's community is very open up. We share a very open governance merit, and we welcome all opinions. That's why I think at the back, the maintainer team, they kind of rush it to just posing this idea that because KubeVela is more a platform that testing the ideas if it's valid for developers, right? So OAM should be in strong alignment with it. And this idea isn't being properly publicized in the community, like community core or issues. So you get some bad comments, it's okay. I received that. That's why we correct it. And but right now, I think after all those discussions, and I share the feedback from CNCF TalkWise, they are saying things as since OAM spec and KubeVela is under the org of OAM dev, right? So they consider this these two projects have strong connections. That's why we should explain it clearly. So I think in future, KubeVela is still a platform that testing the ideas, whether it's solid for developers. OAM is more an abstraction layer of it, but I think it is a totally different thing, but they have a strong connection with each other. So this is what we're gonna be happening in the future of OAM and KubeVela. And I think, Daniel, do you have something to going on with this?
No, I think that, I mean, I understand what you meant.
Mm-hmm.
I think that from the point of view of KubeVela and its usage, one thing that was commented like in the past also in this community, and I think is still important to keep in mind, is to be able to install, let's say, or separate it logically, like what is the runtime and which are the add-ons, let's say, like KubeVela for me is still kind of an OEM runtime. But if it becomes, let's say, a platform of some sense, then there should be a way for people to say, hey, I only want to consume the runtime part, like ourselves in Aptiv, for example, like we are interested in the runtime side of things and in OEM, but maybe we are not interested in what you put on top of that, right? So I think that the only comment in that respect will be that, like, I think it makes sense that both of them try to somehow converge eventually or not, maybe. But it's important for KubeVela to also keep in mind that there will be users of KubeVela that are only interested in the runtime side.
Understand. I think it's just okay to solve your proposals and your ideas of give it a more like user scenarios on runtime layer that with your products and your company's products trying to maintain. I think this is a good direction. And since OAM is an abstraction here, so I think it's like a model. I think it has a strong connection with KubeVela, but it does not say it's like completely 100% the same to absorbing the features that are being testing from KubeVela. Its idea, it's also model. So I think we're more happy to absorb your ideas as well.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I think that the value of OEM is to try to get this type of understanding of use cases and how you represent application and things like that. And right now, KubeVela is the runtime for OEM, but maybe somebody else defines a runtime because, I don't know, they are not working in Kubernetes, for example, and they need a runtime for OEM. So I think that OEM should maintain this point of view of being as Kubernetes agnostic as possible. While the KubeVela runtime is 100% in Kubernetes right now. So I think that's a good approach.
Yes, we're more than happy to welcome you to contribute because we have these questions. We're getting these questions. They're saying, "Oh, OAM KubeVela is only aiming to solve the problems on Kubernetes." This is a very like universal compatible because some clients or some users they say they have the clients running runtimes on like virtual machine, right? Even some environments other than Kubernetes, they need to solve it. Of course, they also have application delivery needs on those environments different from Kubernetes. So definitely, yes, please just, I think right now the community team, they have more of their attentions on solving problems running on Kubernetes. And if you give the feedbacks on the next division, so moving to the next topic, next revision of OAM spec, you're proposing some runtimes other than Kubernetes. I think this community is more than happy to include those ideas.
Yeah, well, I added something to comment for the news release. If you want to jump to that right now, I can go ahead and at least get a view. I add this. So we've been thinking about the application usage, and one of the things that we believe that is going to be, I mean, that we need at least to work on internally, but I think is good for everybody else. Two things, like we have a use case where people want to deploy an application twice, right? So the thing right now is that there is no separation, let's say, between the instance that is generated and the definition that you base that instance on. So I think there is a need to think about whether we want to support instances of an application, like having an application and being able to separate these two sides. But just even before starting to go into that, I think that one element that we are going to propose is to refine a little bit the way that parameters work in an application in such a way that there is it is easier to reference other elements of the same application. Like, for example, imagine that you are deploying WordPress and MySQL on application, right? Just a very simple example. It is likely that you in WordPress, in the WordPress component, need to say, hey, the host you need to connect to is MySQL. And right now you do that just by writing MySQL, basically. But that doesn't work out if you start thinking about instances. So we are thinking in proposing a method to basically reference another element so that the runtimes can process that information.
I understand. I think next step, please just I think raise an issue. I think the issue.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I was thinking in commenting this before opening the issue to give some brief context about what we are meaning. But sure enough, I will open an issue with, let's say, the motivation and explanation and the proposal itself in OAM, so we can check it out.
Yes, I understand. This is a quite good starting to that. And I think OAM spec has been not updating for the past half a year, I suppose. So. So let's just do some updations from the real world user problems. This is a quite good start.
Okay, I will open that, and obviously we can comment on this, and we can also think again the next community call about whatever the status is of that ticket.
Yeah, so I'm typing down the actions. So first is move Daniel, nominee Daniel, and cool on OAM community membership. Enter. Second, you will raise their user case scenario. And move into community repo. Right. Yeah, for topic cleared. Any other, do you have other thing to share or discuss about?
No, for my side, we've been pretty busy in other stuff, and we came up with this parameter issue ourselves. So nothing more from my side.
And let's just check the attendees. It's only 3 of us, still Daniel, Sun, and me. And do you have any like suggestions? Because I don't know if it's because the time, the date, or anything. I think the people they are joining this committee call is become less and less.
Yeah.
So
I don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the motivation for the people that usually came to this meeting not to attend anymore. I don't know if this is something like small break. It is just something like for what happened on the past, let's say on the recent months about all this stuff. I don't know. We should probably, or you can try to check with them actually, like probably connecting by email even, or something like that, to see what's going on in the sense of time frame. I mean, for us, I'm open to move or attend the call in any time frame that is okay, let's say for European. Right. The issue I think is like, since, I mean, in the past, I think Harry was hosting the call from the US. So there was also less, it was easier to find a time frame for everybody else to attend, I think. So,
yeah.
But anyway, from my side, I'm okay with changing the time frame to anything that, let's say, works within the European time frame.
Yes. Great. Thanks for understanding, Daniel. Because right now it's happening in 7 a.m. Pacific time. So this is very, very unfriendly for the folks on the West Shore, like you said, Valley. I think let me just get back to the Slack channel, and I think in future, I think I will give feedback on the pals.
That could be also a good idea, like, and now it's getting more traction. The channel itself, like more and more people seems to get working with OAM. So yeah, that could be.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. And also, I think after we are succeeding in CNCF incubation application, then they will draw more attention for developers out there. And we'll do more operations, community management at the Slack channel. I think let's give it a more proper time when it's more suitable for everybody on the world. And I see we have a new community member. This is in Chinese character. Mi Feng, Xiaomi 手机. Do you want to interview, like introduce yourself? We just came here to have a look. Okay. It's okay to be muted, and feel free to speak if you want to. So I think to wrap it up today, we have a solid agenda discussing all these through these 4 topics out, and we have 3 actions remain left. Then I guess we'll see you next time, and be sure to be 1 hour earlier, because right now it's sometime.
Yeah.
I almost forgot it.
Yeah, I almost missed it. I mean, I was running to the computer. I almost missed it.
Great. And take care. Please take care, folks. The world is chaos, like the disease, the COVID-19 and the wars. Please be safe. Love yourself and family.
Okay, guys.
Great.
See you next time.
Thank you. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.